My name is Seth Bani, and today I'm going to show you how to design this. Alright guys, so let's go into Photoshop, and then we're going to use this particular dimension. We're going to use 1500 for the width, and then we're going to use 2000 for the height. We're still keeping it at pixels. We are using 7:2 for the resolution, and then RGB, and then let's click on create. Also, like to set just one line, and that is this in the middle, and then we are good to go. The first thing we are doing is starting with our background. Let's go here and let's pick the solid color. Now I want us to use this particular code C43031 and click on OK. I also want you to pick your brush, click over here and choose this particular code F97374 and click on OK. Now once that's done, go and then create a new layer over here. Make sure caps lock is off so that you can see the tip of the brush, and then make sure the opacity is 100%, the flow is 100%, and then click somewhere here. Alright, so this is great for us. The next thing is, let's go and then let's bring our paper texture. I am going to leave this in the description for you and everything that you will need to design this particular flyer, as I do always. Click on OK, and then let's set it to multiply to blend it in nicely. Now I also want us to give it a mask, and then let's click somewhere here, and then let's reduce the opacity to 49. Awesome. Now let's also go and bring our Bayern Munich logo, and let's set it somewhere here. Now we are going to work on it later on. We will decide how to tune it, but then let's go to the blending modes and let's set it to luminosity, and then also let's set the opacity to 11%. Awesome. So now it's in the background, it looks nice. Let's put everything in a folder, and then let's name it BG. Now let's start with our text. Pick your text tool and then type over here, and then let's just pick game day and type over there as well. I want you to open your character, and then let's set the font to mermaid. Now I'm going to leave the font together with everything in the description for you, as I said earlier. Let's set it to bold over here, and then for the font size, let's boost it up to 428. Click on enter. Let's go to the leading. Let's set the leading to 309.19. click on enter. I also want you to click on paragraph, and then make sure it is left aligned. Go back to character, and then make sure this is check the italics, and also this to make it all caps. Click over here and let's set it to color white, and then that's it. Let's move it over here. In fact, let's go back to paragraph and let's set it to middle align. Okay, middle align is quite great for us. Let's set it to the middle. Awesome. Now I want us to go and bring our image. Drag the image there and just leave it. Resize it and resize it. Now let's go to the blending modes and let's set it to multiply, and just like that it fills the screen. It looks quite beautiful. Go to game day, click on it, duplicate it, and then drag it on top. Now I want you to set the fill to 0. Double click on it, and then let's go to stroke, and let's set it to 3. Let's set it to outside over here. Let's also set it to normal, and then the opacity to 100. Click here and set it to color white, and then click on OK. So we're going to have this effect. Nice. And then I want us to create a new layer give it a brush, make sure caps lock is off, the opacity and then the flow is 100%, and then reduce the size of the brush a little bit. Now I want you to come here and then choose color white over here, come here and then the middle over here, just hit it like that. Then let's reduce the opacity to 65. Great. Let's put everything in a folder and let's call it game day. Now let's put some details around here as well. So let's just click here and then let's type November. Let's pick this detail. These are the teams that are meeting. Let's go and then let's set it to railway. Let's set it to light. And then let's set the font size to 42. Also click here to make all caps and set it to color white. Make sure the tracking is also 0. Now let's also zoom in for this. Okay, let's keep it quite closer. Let's drag them down. Now type around here and let's type 19. And then let's set it to impact. Let's also make it regular here. Set the font size to 127. And then let's also make sure it is color white. Now with this, let's drag it. Let's zoom in and then let's drag it somewhere here. If you're not able to drag it, I want you to click on the move tool and then drag it. Alright, so now you can see how I left very little space under them. I want you to do that same thing as well. Now let's zoom in more. Close this. Let's drag our lines here. Let's drag another line here. In fact, with this one, let's drag it up. We don't need it anymore. We don't need this one anymore. Now let's drag this and let's create something like from here. We are using the November and then we are dragging it, creating something like this to where the E is. So we are starting from the end to where the E is. and then let's click over here and let's click on white. Now also click here, make sure this is off, and then let's close it. Now we can drag our thing up, can drag all rulers up, and let's zoom out. Now let's put everything in a folder and let's call it date, time, theme. Let's click on it and let's drag it in the middle. Okay, let's go and bring our logos. Let's bring this one and drag it in there, and then let's resize it, rotate it a little bit, and then keep resizing it. Let's also go and bring Bayern Munich logo, drag it in there, and then let's resize it. Zoom in, and then let's keep resizing it. Drag it in there as well. Let's resize it until both of them look almost the same. Okay, I think this is great. Now let's also drag in the UEFA logo in there. Resize it, and then drag it up here. Now I want us to double click. Let's drag it here. Let's double click it, and then let's go to color overlay. Let's click here. Let's set it to color white. Click on OK. Click on OK. You want it to be color white, and then we can put everything in a folder or a group, and let's call it logos. Now we want to bring this player's name in there somewhere, and then let's pick the name Robert Lewandowski, and then let's go and set it to Sangaria font. This is it. Also make sure this is unticked, and then let's set the size to 72.8. Let's also set the leading to 56.19. Awesome. Let's set it to color white, the tracking to 0. Go to paragraph and set it to left aligned, and then drag it quite closer to the shoulder like that, and then go and then pick this and drag it in there. And I want you to right click it and then flip horizontal, and then drag it like that, and then move it like that. Click on the move tool and then drag it like that over here as well. Bring it quite closer. Now we want it to be the same color, and so let's go and pick color overlay, set it to white, and click on OK. So something like this also makes it quite cool. Now let's put it also in a folder, and let's call it name. And then lastly, let's work on the particles. This one looks all great, but just to give it a little more beauty, let's go and then let's pick our particles as well and drag it in there. And then this particle, I want you to lift it up to the head area a little bit like this. In fact, let's click and then let's rotate it clockwise. Okay. And then I want you to go here and set it to screen, and I want you to duplicate it, and then drag it down. Let's put this in the folder also. Let's call it particles. And then, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you create this beautiful flyer, game day flyer, sports flyer. If you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. Guys, I love you all. See you in the next tutorial. Peace.